Ladies and gentlemen, it is one thing to fancy a painting, even persuade yourself to buy one, but it's quite another to admire it after knowing what is behind the work of art and why you fell in love with it. I was lucky to have the privilege of spending some time in the company of well-known painters, and this association much enriched my life. But it had never occurred to me that I would be entrusted with the task of editing a book on painting. I therefore consider myself fortunate to have been asked by the author and the publisher of In Search of My Master to contribute my bit in this ambitious endeavor. It has been an exciting experience to be a part of this project, more so because this excitement, besides other things, lit the fire of inquiry, the quest for some insight into the subject. Let me share with you what I have understood about Jimmy Engineer and his work. For first of all, who is this tall, lanky, bearded fellow always on the move? Is he a marathon runner? No, he is a painter. But what kind of painter? To categorize him, let us say he is a realist, not a symbolist or a cubist. But hasn't he done some abstract painting as well? Yes, but he is basically a realist. Is he a realist in the way the European realist of the Renaissance period were, or does he have his roots closer home, say in the miniature tradition? Well, he has benefited from both, since in the matter of detail, he follows both the Renaissance masters and the miniature masters. At the same time, he is different in more ways than one. Both the Renaissance painters and the miniaturists painted within confined spaces like palaces, churches, etc. Jimmy paints out in the open, in natural light. That is one. The other major difference is that while the old masters painted nobility and royalty and their attributes and regalia, Jimmy paints ordinary people and ordinary situations. Then, since Jimmy paints out in the open in the natural light, does that mean he is in some way closer to the Impressionists? Yes and no. Yes, because he uses light with an abandon akin to theirs, and no, because his canvases are large, encompassing life in its various shades and aspects. And what is most noticeable, he introduces an element of human tragedy in his work. In short, Jimmy inherits the best of both the Western and Eastern artistic experience, both old and modern. An eye for detail, thanks mainly to his guru, Sheikh Shuja, the great miniaturist of the Delhi school, and larger-than-life characters from the old masters. But all said and done, his acute sensitivity to the human condition is all his and his alone. Ironically, and judging by the present day standards, most of the great masters of the West, though being on the center stage of the art movement and producing masterpieces, remained a sad lot. From frightening diseases to insanity, they lived in poverty. Most of them died unsung. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, we are living in a kind of a new golden period of art. There are thriving art galleries across the country. We see painters' work being exhibited at these galleries, even being acquired at enormous prices. And we see books on leading painters being written and published. Do you know Marjorie Hussain alone has to her credit more than a dozen publications. Her coffee table books on Rabia Zubairi, Anna Molka Ahmad, Bashir Mirza, Jamil Naqsh, Ahmad Parvez, Ali Imam, Iqbal Hussain, Colin David, and now Jimmy Engineer bear testimony to this great accomplishment. What is exciting, most of these books have been published while the painters basked in the sunshine of their success, their work being appreciated and bought by connoisseurs at handsome prices. So this is certainly a very productive and prosperous period for art in Pakistan, a renaissance of sort. But this is largely due to an enhanced public awareness of the importance of art in life, inspiring more and more individuals and seek access to fine art. At the same time, it has been gratifying to see big organizations like Parco, Bank Al-Falah, ICI, Marker, and others playing their part in the promotion of art by sponsoring books. I wish and hope more corporate sponsorship of books on paintings, music, and literature will be forthcoming in the future. Here I would like to compliment Parvez Iqbal for taking his first giant leap forward as a publisher and coming out unscathed with flying colors. In this backdrop, ladies and gentlemen, we have assembled here not today to celebrate the work of Jimmy Engineer, the man who has not only enriched us with his art, but also with his commitment to social work. Not many artists can claim to have achieved this dual distinction. Not many could claim to have earned the love and gratitude of even those millions who have, interestingly and unluckily, nothing to do with art. I thank you for your patience.